Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Rafe Cal. We are doing some more Pathfinder Kingmaker. I lied in my last video because I got distracted. And by the time I realized that I hadn't turned it back on while I was equipping items, I was already pretty much done, halfway done, something like that. And didn't seem like I had a lot to say anyway. So I'm just going to do a quick review of what I've got here. Basically, we're using, so we've got 3 frontliners. I switched in Valerie, Gavin, and Tiss. So Ember is basically using very similar stuff to what she was before. There's not a whole lot of flex slots for that. She's sitting with 32 AC. Which is really good. I ended up giving her the Vault of Physical Form plus 4 so that she could get a little bit of HP also. And this basically means that her skills are just stupid right now. Or at least the ones she's good at. So her knowledge gets bumped even further. And it actually gives her a little bit better chance at perception. Valerie, I just realized I never gave a second ring to. Oh well, not a huge problem. So she's sitting at 38 AC with a resistance bonus to fire, cold, and acid. I gave her Korgath's Shackled Fury, which is the barbarian belt that lets them, or let's say lawful character, use Barbarian Rage for 8 rounds a day. And I just give her Swiftfoot Boots so she can actually close into battle faster, because that's a problem. Gavin, +6 belt, versus armor. I gave him Paragon of Winter because he's got, or because most fire-based spells are reflex saves, and he has a 21 reflex and a evasion, so he should take no damage from them most of the time anyway, even if he's vulnerable. I gave him Robe of Air just for the aesthetic, because putting armor on him is silly. He also has a pretty good AC here, and that's before he engages his special features. I also tossed him the Nobleman's Amusement, gives him point blank shot and precise shot, so I mean he's got a +8 dex. Could be useful. For Rim, I've got Adamantine Breastplate and the Ancestral Dwarven Shield, giving him a DR4 dash, so he's going to take 4 less damage from every single attack. His AC is only sitting at 30 right now, which is a little lower than some of the other people, but that's partially because I was sort of running a little bit lower on equipment by the time I got to him. But I did give him Manticore Skin Boots to give him an extra +4 enhancement bonus. And again, he's kind of going to be... I mean, with all of these characters here, Valerie should easily close first with those boots, and then these two come in after. So that should theoretically take some of the heat off her Rim and focus it on Gavin and Valerie, if I do it right. Lindsay, basically the same setup she was using before. I gave her the Robe of the True Master this time, instead of actual armor, because that helps free up her other slots. So she can actually, or basically she doesn't have rings, or she doesn't have ring slots, so it's really hard to get her a deflection bonus. Figured this is a good way to do it. I'm not sure if it's actually a good way to do that. Once again, she's kind of, if she's getting hit, we're doing something wrong, and she should have mirror. And then Tiss is gonna be utilizing I realized the Bombardier's coat was not cutting it anymore, so I gave her the Wayfarer's Comfort +5 leather. And yeah, she should be in pretty good shape. She's sitting at 30 AC also. Although, actually, we're going to trade this out. Because AC is less important for her than it is for the front line. Make sure none of them are sitting with a natural armor +2. But yeah, she should be in good shape with what she's got, and I'm not super worried. So Lindsay's going to kind of be my more middle character this time. I've got three healers, but none of them are my strongest healer, which would be Tristan. I've got easily the best tank. I've got a decent damage dealer with Gavin, and then Ember and Tiss should be able to pull up the rest. So that's kind of where I'm thinking. It's not the best party that I've got, and I'm aware of that, but I've got all these characters, and I would like to actually use them on occasion. So I figure quasi side quest event is a good as good a time as any to do that. Let's also real quick. She has to she's a prepared spell caster, so we should probably actually do that. Breath of Life. Did she ever take? Remove disease, remove blindness, neutralize poison. Are the only ones she can cast on other people besides cure spells. And Breath of Can't do lesser restoration on other people. And I suppose we could just do 4 Breath of Lives. What's the difference there? Yeah, let's do it. It's a cure spell. It says so. And then Communal Stone Skin, I'm not expecting to use a lot. Because it costs 10 diamond dust. But if we end up over our heads, it could be good. Let's double check his spellbook, make sure we're good there. I think we are, but I want to make sure I didn't like over prepare something. Like this probably doesn't need to be this. I guess I don't need something else. You know what? Let's just deal with it. That's good enough for now. The one downside is this is not the best party for camping. I don't have any real strong hunters. But since we should be traveling within the kingdom, we can just have Ember procure rations.
Rest is in order.
So we can do that. Use rations. Rations needed 0. And then theoretically we can just leave it as is, or we can move it, or do this. We don't need hunters since we're procuring rations. I've been meaning to get back over here anyway. This is kind of a good excuse.